Alright, so we're going to be talking some Nigerian women's football in this one. We got breaking news and not so breaking news to talk about on this video right here. First, we got the Flamingos and their roster being made public. So we now know the players selected to represent Nigeria at the upcoming FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. Then we're going to be talking about the Super Falcons, who a new head coach was announced for not too long ago. We're going to be talking about the new hire. We're also going to be talking about the NFF looking like they're trying to slack off a little bit. But before we get into all that though, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment, share, all that good stuff. Thank you very much. So yeah, the Flamingos of Nigeria, we're going to start from there. The Under-17 Women's World Cup will be hosted in the Dominican Republic, and it will start next month, just a few days away. The 16th of October will be the kickoff date, and it will run all the way to the 3rd of November. The Flamingos are grouped alongside host nation Dominican Republic, Ecuador, and New Zealand. Their first match of the competition will actually be the first match of the competition, the opening match, and they're going to be taking on New Zealand on the 16th of October. 9 p.m. Nigerian time will be the kickoff time, in case you wanted to know. Now, that being said, the Flamingos will be leaving the country tomorrow, and they'll be heading to Santo Domingo in Dominican Republic, of course, the capital city of Dominican Republic. They'll be there for 2 weeks, and I guess from there they're gonna head to where they're gonna be playing the first game. Now, one thing that wasn't mentioned about this trip slash camp is that they ain't say if we're gonna be playing any friendlies or not. But that being said, head coach of the Flamingos, Bankole Olowokere, invited 21 players for the Under-17 Women's World Cup. 3 goalkeepers, 7 defenders, 4 midfielders, and 7 forwards. From first glance, the 4 midfielders jump out at you. That's kind of thin right there from the coach. Before we get into the players on the list, we're going to talk about a couple of players who did not make the list. First, you have Mary Aderemi, midfielder. She was part of the last Under-17 World Cup squad, the team that finished 3rd at the India World Cup. And she was part of the team throughout qualification. Played in the last few matches, played against Liberia, I believe home and away. And this is kind of shocking right here. Then the second one was also shocking, but I kind of blame the NFF or whoever is the media officer of this team for making this one a shocking decision. Simone Riley, the midfielder from Ireland, Bohemian in Ireland, I believe that's the club she plays for. She tried out for the under-20 side, didn't work out, she didn't make the team. Then she was called up or downwards to the under-17 side, has been in camp. But why I blame the media officer is they've been posting this girl. They posted like 3 different videos of her saying that this is the squad, blah, blah, blah. And now all of a sudden she doesn't make the team. So you need to make sure before you do that, because now you're putting her out there like this. And a lot of people are going to ask, where is she? Rightly so. Now moving to the list itself, and I'm going to keep it real. I don't know all these players. I do know some of them. We'll talk about the ones I do know of. So we're going to start with the goalkeeper of the team, Christiana Uzoma. She plays for Edo Queens in the NWFL. And she's been the goalkeeper for the team throughout qualification. 6 matches, only conceded 2 goals, 1 against Burkina Faso and a criminal penalty that was given against Liberia away. To keep it real though, she hasn't had that much to do in goal for the Flamingos because the defense has been real good. They've kept the ball pretty well, so it's been really at a minimum the work that she has had to do. For the other 2 goalkeepers, you got Elizabeth Boniface of Sunshine Queens and Sylvia Echefu of Confluence Queens. Now moving to the defense, you got Priska Wanchukwu of Imo Strikers, a fullback. I believe she plays as a right back for the team. Then the left back is Taiwa Degoke of Remo Stars Ladies. Then for the central defense, I believe Jumaya Adebayo played the majority of the matches along with Hannah Ibrahim. Jumaya Adebayo plays for Naijabiasfc while Hannah Ibrahim plays for Remo Stars. Then you got Vivian Ekezie for Heartland Queens, Ololade Isiaka of Abia Angels, and that's it for the defense. Okay, my bad. Rokibat Aziz of New Generation Academy. Then for the midfield, of course, you got Taiwa Falabi, Delta Queens midfielder, won the league title not too long ago. Of course, was part of the last under-17 set that finished third in India. Midfield maestro of the team, basically the engine room of the team. She's going to be called on a lot in this competition right here. I'm just going to keep it real. Faridat Abdul Wahad from Nasarawa Amazons. She was part of the qualification, but really on the bench for the most part. Maybe she's going to be making that jump into the star lineup in this competition. Of course, Shakirat Mashoud of Bielsa Queens. I mean, if you said that she was the best player on the team or one of the best players on the team, I don't think I'll look at you too strange, because she's a real quality player. We've seen her all through the qualifiers. Basically, just about all the goals she has something to do with. A real terror when she's running at you, can create in the box, can finish in the box. Just a top class player, does a lot of work off the ball. So this is a player that I'm definitely looking forward to seeing at the World Cup. So rounding off the midfield, you got Muinat Rotimi of Nakamura Football Academy. Don't know too much about her, but I do think she's a defensive midfielder from what I've seen online at least. I think she's a defensive midfielder. Then we move to the forwards. Of course, the first forward that I'm going to talk about is Harmony Chidi of Emo Strikers. What can you say about Harmony Chidi? 13 goals in 6 matches. Let's start there. She had a crazy qualifiers. Basically scored more than a lot of countries in qualification, if you're keeping it real. And I've been seeing a lot of doubt when it comes to the quality of Harmony Chidi, and I'm here to say that she's the real deal. And when she gets to that World Cup, God willing, she's gonna put on a show. She's gonna do a thing. I really believe in this young lady, that she's gonna really do a thing. And of course, you're not gonna talk about Harmony without talking about Peace. Peace F Young, part of the Peace and Harmony duo. Rivers Angels forward, a big part of the team through qualifiers. Of course, Chidi Harmony, a striker. Peace F Young, kind of a supporting striker slash winger slash wherever you want to put her. She gets the job done however you need it, and can score goals, can create. Another player that definitely will be doing her thing when the World Cup starts. Then you got Kudirat Arogundade, started a good amount of matches alongside Harmony Chidi and Peace F Young in qualifiers, did her thing. Also, another player to look out for when it comes to this competition. Just like Ramota Kareem, Ramotalahi Kareem. Top class player, scored some of the best goals in qualifiers. So rounding off the forwards list, you got Ogenemaro Obrute of City Sports. I believe she's a striker. You got Aishat Anima Shaun of Naijabiasfc. Then you got Blessing Ifite Zue of Delta Queens. So let me know your thoughts on the list put out by Coach Bankole Olowokere. Put them in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about it. And moving on, we're going to talk about the Super Falcons real quick. So the Nigerian Football Federation have announced the replacement for Randy Waldrum. Of course, Randy Waldrum resigned from the team after the Olympic Games. And now the NFF have announced his short-term replacement. So assistant coach Justin Madugu has once again been placed in charge of the team. So this is the second time Justin Madugu has been put in charge of the team after a big time competition. They did this after the World Cup. He not replaced, but he stepped in for Randy Waldrum real quick. I believe it was 4 matches. The 2 matches against Ethiopia and the 2 matches against Cape Verde. Of course, he drew the first one against Ethiopia, then won the next 3 matches he was in charge of. Now, I honestly can't say that I saw enough to come out here and tell you that Justin Madugu is the man for the Super Falcons job. But one thing I did really like about him, especially compared to Randy Waldrum, we got to see our young stars in action. We got to see Esto Yenezide. We got to see Okwemi Ajakaye. We got to see all those players get a chance. It wasn't just the same old lineup. Players were getting chances. And even when you look at a player like Asisat Oshoala, her best game in years was under Justin Madugu, scoring a goal and creating 2 assists. So I feel like he definitely has something to stand on. It's not like you're just bringing in a coach that has failed and failed and failed. He at least has a little something. But I got to keep it real. Ethiopia is not a team that people are going to look at and say, okay, this proves your point right here. Definitely not with Cape Verde either. But that being said, I feel like this leads me into my point right here. The ending of the statement put out by the NFF when it came to the announcement made about the new the coaching replacement for the Super Falcons and even the Super Eagles. We talked about that earlier last week, I believe. Augustin Eguavon staying in charge of the Super Eagles. It was this same statement, but you go down to the ending of the statement, the last paragraph, sentence, whatever. It says the Super Falcons' next big engagement is the Women's African Cup of Nations final taking place in Morocco in the summer of next year. And I'm like, why are you saying that? We don't need to be talking about the Nations Cup right now. We have international breaks coming up. We have an international break next month. This October coming up, we have an international break. And we need to be playing matches. Because you look at, even on the continent, teams are catching up. Then you go out of the continent and teams are flying away. So we need to actually act like this is something we want. Because the way I'm seeing it is just like the NFF is just paying lip service. Because you look at a team that's really trying to catch up with us on this continent, Banyana of South Africa. They're playing 2 big-time friendly matches this coming up month. They're taking on Denmark and they're taking on England next month. And we're here talking about we have a new head coach and we don't even know what we're doing. So we need to step up. The NFF needs to step up, or less they just need to tell us they don't care about women's football. Because there's no way that you really care about women's football and you're acting like this. You just think that playing in qualification matches was going to get you ready for competitions. Because you go back to the Olympics, that's what you did. You just allowed the team to just coast all the way to the Olympics. You just forget that there are international breaks. You can stay with your club, and when it's time for the competition, you're going to perform magic, and we're going to win. Because that's what the NFF is looking for, magicians. They're not looking for football players if this is how they're acting. You look at South Africa, Denmark, and England, and you're telling me that they're not going to catch up. How are they not going to catch up if they're playing matches like this and you're sitting on your butt? Come on now. It's not right. It is wrong. What the NFF does with Nigerian women's football is ludicrous. It's like they were given $1 billion and wasted it. That's what they're doing with Nigerian football. Wasting talent after talent after talent. And this has to stop. We have to find a solution. Somebody has to start caring. Somebody has to act like they also have daughters and not just sons. Because this is getting ridiculous right here. We have a team that can really take over the world and we're playing with it. But when things don't go our way, you're going to see somebody coming out saying, well, the players don't really care like they... Man, you don't care. That's the problem. The NFF needs to step up. They need to do right, or they just need to admit it. Like I said, you don't care about women. You don't care about women's football. You don't even care about your moms. The way you're acting like this, because come on now, we're not asking for billions here. We're not asking for millions. You do the right thing, it's not gonna cost that much. It's women's football. It's not men's football. It's not that much that you're spending. But you just act like you're giving us lip service. You're acting like you're there for us, but you're not there. Because how can South Africa be playing Denmark and England and we can't even get a friendly match? What's going on? What's really going on? So the NFF needs to come up and speak about this. Like, do you really want these women to succeed, or you're still mad that maybe they insulted you years ago, or they didn't want to get out their hotels at the other World Cup? You're still mad about that? If you can just say it, but don't put us on this wild goose chase like we're actually trying to make something happen when you know you don't even care. And yes, this is a rant, but I feel like it's a rant well said, or a rant with a good purpose. I just don't feel what's going down. I'm not feeling it at all. I'm not feeling it, because after what went down at the Olympics, then the under-20 Women's World Cup, it's like you're trying to destroy our women's football, and that just can't happen. That's what we got. I mean, yes, we have some great players in the male game, but when it comes to a complete team, when it comes to a team that gives you the joy of watching Nigerian football, you get that from the women's side. I'm just going to keep it real. Yes, we got Victor Osimhen on the men's side. We got a lot of great players, but when you're talking about feeling like a Nigerian, when you talk about feeling like anything is possible watching football, you get that on the women's side. And the NFF is trying to destroy it. That's what I feel about it, because like I say, South Africa cannot be playing England and Denmark and we don't have a friendly match. That's asinine. That's ridiculous. Come on now. I'm going to leave it at that. But let me know your thoughts. Put it in the comment section. I'm hot right now. I'm hot. If I see the NFF, I might just But nah, all jokes aside, let me know your thoughts. Put them in the comment section. Of course, the Flamingos squad, now public. Let me know your thoughts on that one. Super Falcons, why don't we have a friendly, but we have a coach? What's he going to be doing? Who is he going to be coaching against? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that one in the comment section. And of course, make sure to like the video. It really helps the channel, getting other people to see the video and stuff like that. Do that. Subscribe if you haven't. Share. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.